Tepiyu, salam, shalom, peace, greetings in all languages of blackness. This is the young elder, the Godhead, Nature Israel, the solar sapien. I'm kicking it with the one and only.
The co-host, JB, the ballroom philosopher.
Yeah, and this is Talk for the Masses. And all we about to be doing is some Talk for the Masses, unscripted, just running it for the people, and this is for the masses. So, and one of the things I want to talk about, just jump right into, because Talk for the Masses, we dealing with knowledge, information, insight, esoteric things, history, culture, God, religion, spirituality, alchemy, all the things that you could think about, magic, in regards to our reality and how we live, especially us being here in the wonderful Crescent City, which people now call NOLA. I'm still representing that Crescent City because it's forever will be a Crescent Bend, no matter the nickname, the Big Easy, the city that care for God. But anyway, this is Talk for the Masses, and we coming from that location, 30 degrees latitude, on point with Cairo, Kemet, and them pyramids and everything over there. So just dropping right now. And my question I wanted to ask you though, bruh, is that for me, I think I see a lot of people in my city, in this city of New Orleans, and really all across the nation when I watch YouTube and TikTok. What else I be watching? YouTube, TikTok,
The gram.
Instagram. They got some spooks or some other stuff. They got some stuff out there, man. And for the most part, it's a lot of negative stuff out there getting played, right? Last September, I put out a 4-part series called Nappy Head is Divine Hair to Guys.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't get a lot of views on it yet, which, I guess I'm gonna have to promote it more. I'm gonna be like, we gonna be promoting this, right? But I'm like, we're in the age of information, and it's still like you have TV shows, and over 10 years you have people more than 10 years. You have shows like Sonetta TV and SETI, and a lot of other shows out here been putting out information for our people.
Railroad.
Underground, all these different things. Serious Times, everything been putting out good information over the years, and it's still like not a mad progression to me. Even though I think I understand that we're in the age of information. Well, I understand we're in the age of information, and I just said I think I understand because I'm trying to get a grasp on why so many people still hate on knowledge and why so many people still look down on it when people bring information.
Because it's new to them and they find it's new to them, and they looking at an aspect of believing opposed to a study. You understand? For example, if you talk about magic, if I'm researching voodoo, because we're in New Orleans,
Right.
some people might look at you. You believe in that?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm learning about this because it was hidden from me. You understand? So I'm. This is my curiosity.
Okay.
So if you want to learn something, you gotta have some type of what is that? Now, why is that not prolific? I don't know. Because some people, you tell them stay away from it, they're gonna stay away from it. Because it's the devil. But you got some people study the devil. Saying what is the origins of the devil?
I study that stuff, so.
You did, but some it might spook them out.
All right. So when I look at it, for the dudes for the older dudes then, right? Not for those the curious minds you just spoke of, not the curious minds. Let's say, the adult minds, right? And people who are like, man, people who look at it like, man, that shit is bullshit. They
Right.
trying to trick you out your money. Because a lot of it is what it is. But you have people who look at things like, man, that's just a ripoff. Even though they see conspiracy theories on YouTube and stuff, like I mentioned, the Boss Simpson stuff that people getting hip to about predictive programming and
Right,
stuff.
right, yeah.
So a lot of the things where niggas who don't even read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books, at least one book, but still watch a whole lot of, their mind is now saturated through scrolling
Right.
the net in the Black Mirror, just scrolling in the net and scrolling in the Black Mirror, and mine is being saturated because we learn through imagery and learning, hearing too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all the people out there who mind saturated, I'm asking a question like, why you think that most people in New Orleans, which is a very savvy, hip city, like all black cities,
Mm-hmm.
but a different vibe of it, right? We live. One more thing, bro. It's crazy to me, Jeff, because we celebrate black culture down here like crazy. Every year and out since I was born. I'm older now, right? Mardi Gras, Indians, second lines, Zulu inspiration. You know what I'm saying, all these historical landmarks, streets named after Indians, chopping to the Chippewas.
Right.
You know, it's like, man, I don't get why a lot of our people don't see the relevance to getting in the know. And I'm asking you, why you think, what's the drawback on brothers and sisters really wanting to get into the know of things and live in a better fashion?
Woo! Bruh. That's heavy. Hey. Don't care to know and don't want to know. But who's giving it to them? But once presented, are they taking to it? And why? Like the scriptures say, don't cast your pearls among swine. And really, why should I care? You know, you can go back to the when Noah built the ark. They thought it was crazy. The flood came. He warned them. Lot in the pillar of salt. From a biblical perspective, don't turn. You know,
Turn around.
Don't turn around.
So, with this being talk for the masses, and we're gonna talk about one of the great people that y'all put me on after Katrina coming back home after 2010. Y'all was like, man, check out this dude, man. He like you, man. He talk like y'all. He be dropping a lot of stuff like you. And y'all, you and Lionel them showed me Bobby Hemmett.
Oh yeah.
And then y'all showed me Said It too. Like, yo, check him out, man. He like you too and all this, right? But just to talk about Bobby Hemmett right fast. He mentioned since when I had started watching him and learning, when I had started accepting Bobby Hemmett information, some of his information, I was like, one thing he said that the masses don't do nothing but die. The masses don't do nothing but die in regards to the masses ain't never do nothing in society but be led.
Right.
Right? So are we still, it was one more thing, the masses don't do nothing but die. And one other thing, it lose me right now, but just thinking of that. With all this internet information, and we're in the age of information, how is it that, I mean, is this magic of ignorance that powerful, bro, to well?
Yes. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like, why you being so stupid and they got all this information out here? Once again, that's a difficult question because I don't have the answer for that because I'm not from that realm of thinking.
There may not be no answer, but let's just talk about
right,
it.
Right, I'm saying I'm not from that mentality.
Of the ignorance.
Because
so-called
to
ignorance.
be stupid is cool.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
put that in one of my
it's-
songs some time ago too. That
Right.
now it's cool for people to call things dumb.
What you saying? Why is that? Because it's easy.
Oh shit! Everybody taking it easy around here.
easy.
It goes back to that how easy,
Yeah.
easy is easy. You know, easy is better.
Right. It's easy. Don't take no effort in it. It look cool. Well, they make it look cool.
But I think there's
It's like if we over here talking about books, other niggas in the park drinking and smoking.
you drinking. I'm drinking and smoking right now.
Right, but that's not.
Okay, yeah.
All right, doing something negative.
Okay,
They just make the other thing look cool.
all right.
I'm just trying to answer the question. Same thing with the rap music. It was like, well, why everybody like NWA opposed to poor righteous teachers?
Okay.
Because they make the ignorant stuff look hip.
But
I don't really have the answer, but
okay, let's touch on that right fast because you keep touching on ignorance being hip, ignorance being cool, ignorance easier, ignorance right. Okay, well when we was growing up when I was a little youth in the 90s, consciousness was cool.
Right. Yeah, it was.
Since you brought up music,
right, it was.
to be learning to hip, even though we came up. The first, just to go on the music route, because music helps shape our conscious, helps shape my consciousness, and it helps shape culture. Still, it's one of the mechanisms of mind control, hypnotic mind control, right?
Right.
Sound wave mind control, right? So, say nigga was listening to Soul Sonic Force and Africa Bambaataa and them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I was a little boy hearing that, not fully understanding it, I was hearing shit about space and having a good time.
Right.
Which was okay with me.
Right.
As I'm walking through the DJs in the Desire Project looking for my sister, God bless the dead, me and my brother had to go look for her. Time to come inside, she had the DJ, you know what I'm saying? And so I be hearing the music and I liked it, hearing robotic sounds and stuff. And it was jam, everybody in the project, everybody party having a good time, right?
Right.
So fast forward from that, I get into Run DMC them, because that was the popular thing that we were seeing. Now for me, it was a little different because my auntie Lorella, she was strictly a music head. I guess her growing up in that generation, everything rap was coming out.
Yeah.
She had it. You know what I'm saying? So when I go by her house, I see all the Sugar Hill albums, Houdini albums. You know what I'm saying? Run DMC albums, R&B stuff. But I was more into looking at the rap like this is like, right?
Right, this was that.
So then come to my era when I'm growing up with hip hop and I'm growing up with Karis One, LL and them of course. But the conscious side of it when Karis One them and Public Enemy,
Right.
X-Clan, and everybody had a whole lot of other brothers rocking, dropping, a whole lot of conscious, positive power music in New York, and it was still looking cool because them dudes in New York, they weren't dressing like the part of so-called conscious. Now, X-Clan had the culture fit,
Right.
and they came with the extreme culture. What?
So I see where you're going, but we had, from the music perspective, we had balance.
You had balance?
Yes, it was a balance because for that time in hip hop, you were talking about the Bambaatas, the Public Enemies.
Before NWA era.
Before NWA.
Okay.
I'm gonna say even the NWA era, it was balanced because I look at hip hop. Around that time, it was a neighborhood. It was a neighborhood. Over here, you had the gangsters. All day, we could do that. You didn't have to partake in that. Over here you had your PEs, your X-Clans, your Parises, your Coops. Who else? Cats that spoke on a militant pro-black.
King's Son,
the 5%. That was that neighborhood.
Big Daddy Kane.
Then you had the other cats. They were just like
Brand Nubian.
Your Brand Nubians. And you had your Tribe Called Quest, your De La Souls, your Black Sheep, all the native tongue cats. It was a balance.
Oh, that was what I'm saying. Though, remember you said those who make the negative look cool, make the negative look cool, make the positive look negative look easy. I'm saying all these people that I was just naming, their consciousness was cool and still hip, cause it was hip hop.
Right.
So when we see Carriage One saying he the teacher, he wasn't dressing no damn suit saying he the teacher on videos. He was name brand clothes on and matching outfits, right? Nigga Chuck D dropping mad information, a baseball cap with their emblem on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It was fresh. Right.
So that is cool, and that's where we come from, and that's what I manifest. That's what we still represent, right?
Right.
And that was kind of lost when NWA came. For me, NWA turned me a little back, and the Ghetto Boys them, because our reality was a lot of shooting and poverty too. So our minds, that's why I'm saying you right, because now I say my mind, my cousin's mind, and a lot of my friends, it was easy for our mind to shift from hearing the positive messages in their music and turning around and seeing niggas starving, struggling children, the dolphins, the crack starting to rise. So the reality start like, damn, we growing up in this shit now, because I'm a little teen growing up too.
Right.
So
you see that aspect.
Yeah, so it was easier, you're right, it was easier for a lot of them brothers to choose the negative, because the negative way looked it cooler. Because we gotta remember the drug game and how that manifested. The dope game. That was in WA. Nigga Ice Cube them dope man. Nigga, everybody wanna be the dope man. Once they start turning to the dope man, everybody got money now.
Right.
And then the game turned into dope and drugs from there till right now. From the moment people say, oh, they had gangster rap out. Fuck all that. From the moment Ice Cube and the West Coast niggas say dope man, nigga, dope man, nigga, this is what it is. That shit hasn't stopped since. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
People say, oh, you had gangster rap before. Ice Cube, no, nigga, you might have had people talking gangster, Schoolie D. Nah, I'm talking about nigga manifest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm the dope man. So that shit has started from then, it ain't stopped till now with all the modern little brothers out here.
Do you think because we lost that balance, meaning it was talking about dope man, you had Chuck D talking about
the politics in our history and
the real political.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? By the time we get to Arizona.
Right.
So
because the balance was lost, or the other thing was just push more?
Well, I heard, cause we talking about negative and ignorance and knowledge. I heard what one of the brothers from Bone City had the secret meeting.
Yeah, I'm familiar
and stuff
with
like that,
right.
The secret meeting and stuff. So if we want to say the government and whoever interceded, as students of history, most of us know they fucking do.
Yeah.
So I mean, so I don't see it's feasible. It's all feasible. So, but even with all that being understood, and people could go back and look at the history of some of the things we just talked about, and find facts and many facts.
Right. Always.
Right. So fuck them haters. Let's talk for the masses, and that's what we doing. Just trying to, I love gumbo. So we ain't talking about that. But we just trying to get an understanding of all this mess, all this mixed up mess that our black minds in.
To address it. Yeah, but like, once again, that's a whole question in the aspect. I don't have the answer in one day, because that's a timeless question.
It's a timeless question?
Yeah, because ignorance been around.
Right.
Once again, that's why I always bring up the mystery school.
Right.
I just couldn't notice. I had to come to you, say, man, I want to know what y'all, I'm going to bring you in. But you got the mystery school. Going back to Commit, going back to the Masons. Why was that? Because some people felt certain information wasn't for the masses. But is that right or wrong?
Is it right or wrong?
Yeah, certain information.
Well, if it's for control and taking another individual's, another group of people resources and confiscating their land for nefarious means and using them for another group's own purpose and subjugating the people whose stuff they've been taking and withholding knowledge and information from them, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Because you raping them, you pillaged them. So yeah, that would be wrong. I think ignorant knowledge and information can be withheld from certain people for certain purposes if that purpose is them people's destruction. If it could lead them to death. I'm gonna withhold something from my child or somebody I love if I know if they find this stuff out, they'll kill themselves. They'll hurt themselves with this information. Because I know they'll maybe do too much or do too less.
Right.
They're not ready. So, and that goes to what you said, the mystery schools and masonry and the secret Masonic orders of hiding shit from people. Because some people feel they ain't ready. Some people, you are ready.
You gotta be brung in.
You gotta be bought in.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, but I keep looking at it like we're in the age of information. And for me, the air we breathe in goes beyond a human controlling that. I ain't saying somebody sitting pausing, putting out gas, poisonous shit in the air.
Right.
I'm talking about the natural air itself. Every day is pure. We breathe for thousands, 100,000 years while we're here, we're alive. Mm-hmm. Right? So I'm saying that part is the natural part of the movement of evolution of what we call nature. What, you know what I mean? And how the stars been moving and evolving and how the earth been moving and evolving. I'm saying that's a natural, how the great Bob Marley said, the natural mystic. I'm saying that's the natural mystic, the natural thing that's unstoppable. When I say the age of information, to where people are automatically being ushered into something that's good for them, whether they know it or not. When I say we moving into the age of information, that's what I mean. I mean we moving, humanity is gonna be moving into something that's unstoppable to where what's good will be toppled, what toppled was so-called bad. And the bad will have to retreat, and then the bad will really be in the shadows. And what's good will really be in the light.
You mean once people start to...
Once this so-called age of information fully start manifesting, whether that's 100, 200, 300 years from now, I'm just saying humanity is going to be moving into an era where there's going to be more good in the world that's visible.
All right.
Versus right now, you can see all the hurt and pain in the world, right? Mm-hmm. Like right now, it's so visible with wars, Ukraine's, the black brothers getting murdered, lynched in the college. Right. You know what I'm saying? Niggas killing each other all across America. The schools getting shot up. I'm saying since all this stuff will maybe even increase. You know what I mean?
Right.
So even though this stuff may be increased, I'm saying a lot of us, more of us, that's why we talking right now. And we'll talk for the masses. Because I think a lot of people need to be hearing the movement of society versus always the stagnated conversations of the past, the detrimental shit, the nostalgic shit. Who killing who fucking who. You know what I mean? The beef that's, the stagnated conversation that runs the internet.
You're trying to move the conversation.
I'm not trying to move the conversation. It's moving. So my whole life, since I met you and my whole life, I've been a part of the flow.
All right.
You know what I mean? So now with the internet and everything being here, if I want to go, I can talk about the Luciferic light and the negative sides of what we using to recall what we are doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So that's your intention to change minds or to enlighten minds. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, because look, if everybody talk about the Illuminati, right?
Right.
The Illuminati doing this, the Illuminati cloning, the Illuminati. You know, I even talked about it, spoke about stuff
right,
like that.
Right, giving all that juice to Illuminati.
The Illuminati.
So great.
Well, here's what I'm saying. The Illuminati, whatever it is, when we look at the word Illuminati means what? Enlightenment. Which deals, to illuminate, bring awakening, consciousness, quote unquote, positive things, right?
Mm-hmm. Information.
Right.
The enlightenments.
To illuminate. Illuminati, right?
Right.
But then you have the conscious community, the so-called conscious community. People who represent enlightenment and putting out shows with titles of enlightenment and all this stuff. But then turn around and say, well, the Illuminati is doing this over here, and the Illuminati is doing that. The Illuminati killed Prince. The Illuminati run the government. So for me, it's kind of crazy to even talk about the Illuminati because you're talking about consciousness.
All right.
The same thing that you conscious community, conscious people represent. When you diss the so-called Illuminati, you're dissing consciousness, which means to illuminate in light. Now, I know people might say, well, we ain't talking about that. You is talking about that. In essence,
they might say we're not talking about that aspect of the Illuminati. We're talking about...
If you're not talking about the name and what the name means, now you're dealing with how they say, oh, you into conspiracy. The shit we can't really prove. You can't go in the nigga house and say, you know, what the dude supposedly raping children. I live in New Orleans. I can't really go prove that dude done something.
Epstein.
Yeah, I can't really go say Epstein done this and Epstein done that. Only from the outside looking in, he got money and millions and live on the island, and these are the things I watch movies and hear what the elite evil people do.
Right.
I'm gonna say he Illuminati.
Yeah, that's what they do,
fuck?
right?
You know, but for me, just to say the Illuminati doing this, the Illuminati doing that, is kind of outdated because that shit means to illuminate. And I'm pretty sure, man, these people got other different secret names they using right now.
Right. So you saying that name Illuminati is antiquated now? It might not even be used.
What that word you just said, nigga?
Old, played out, don't use no more.
Antiquated? Yeah, I remember antiquated.
We gave them that. We're not even Illuminati no more.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They giving juice to us. We under a whole nother title.
There we go.
We put that in y'all head.
There we go, and that's where it's at. When I look at the big picture, because if you into the devil, you're into Lucifer, you're into Satan, all this stuff, it deals with deception and trickery.
We gave y'all that name, so we doing a whole nother thing with a whole nother label.
Right, and people still out here talking about the Illuminati. So yeah, that's all I'm saying in regards to Illuminati. It's just the same thing as consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're conscious, you're saying the Illuminati did this, you're saying consciousness did this. If you're a conscious, so-called conscious person, enlightened person saying the Illuminati did this, you saying enlightened and awakening did this.
Right.
So-called evil act. So it's kind of, that's why we got to get more, move forward. And for me, not think you know it all, how you suckers and some of them haters out there be trying to ride on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a young elder, you mothers. You know what I'm saying? But, that's what that is, bro. So, like I said, it's been 3 years since I dropped. 2 years since I've been trying to, put information out in YouTube world, in the digital cyberspace world, right? But now I'm more interfacing with people now. I'm more interfacing. People can see me now, see my actions, see how I am. Only from this aspect.
Right. Because
people learn you from watching you on this stuff too. Mm-hmm. Right? Whether people know it or not, we all being analyzed all the time.
Oh, right.
And motherfuckers be analyzing to criticize you. You know what I'm saying? Analyzing you to criticize you. That's how that game go. So, Nah, man, I ain't doing no music.
Just what I wanted to ask you. What's the new reads? What we need to get? The books. Speaking for myself. What we need to read? What you on?
The new reads are old reads, niggas like old shit.
Huh?
Like it's old. The new reads are old reads for example, bro.
Book list.
I ain't give no book list. I give book. This is a dope book here. This book survived Hurricane Katrina. That's why it look how it look. It's called The Meaning of Blackness by I Am Nerd. Right? You know, it deals with the essence of who we are. That's why you see that egg, that sperm, that gene on that stuff.
The last time we talked, another question. I think you was always, not always, you was talking about the meaning of words and what you call it, etymology.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like you was talking about, do you pray or you pray? Something like that.
Yeah.
What was another one?
No, do you P-R-A-Y or are you P-R-E-Y?
Why should we deal with that? Because all that's new to me.
What, prayer?
The different words. And there was another one. Remember we was having that discussion? I'm like, what you talking about?
But what you was talking about,
Magic.
I was talking about etymology.
Right.
We was talking about linguistic witchcraft.
There you go. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, linguistic witchcraft. How most people say English language is a spell language and stuff like that. And if maybe it is. It's wrapped up in all of it's spell language. Just can't say English. Creative utterance, not magic, abracadabra, but creative utterance. First understanding psychologically what's being processed from the ethers as we breathe, and then manifesting that in our behavior and doing what's necessary with the physical world, and uttering also as we do what's necessary in the physical world to bring it to creation. It's called creative utterance, called ahika.
Speaking things into existence.
Yeah. So all language is magical to me from that aspect.
Right.
You feel me?
So if I'm trying to speak something into existence, what I'm hearing is you got to know what words you're using. Right?
That's what been taught to a certain degree through the Western education, even though they teach you it for their mind control purposes.
All right.
They teach you it so you can fall under their spells.
Right.
Instead of using the shit properly for self and against cosmic forces.
Once again, so that's why you're saying you gotta know what words, the meaning behind the words you use.
Well, if you want to.
All
if you're
right.
living in, for those who deal in the streak of who deal with understanding, knowledge, and wisdom. And that all they know is not no 6. Well, it could be 666 for some people. I just done it, the motherfucker see. 666. The nigga phone number 666.
Oh.
Both of them, all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, even with that, 666 ain't no for my name Jerome like that, but the nigga name all 6 letters. Right? But 666 is a whole nother thing we could get into that is cosmic universal power. 777-888-555-444. All 333-222-111. This ain't no angelic numbers. These are real cosmic energies that we can use if we understand it, how the beasts, those who using this shit understand it.
Right.
That's why we were talking about linguistic witchcraft. Because those who are the creators and users of what we call linguistic witchcraft, they'll form up what our ancestors call hikka. It's not even a form of hikka. It's a real perverted degrade of controlling people. Even though some people say hypnotism started in ancient Egypt. through the priesthood of Amun, right?
Mm-hmm.
For all your big time Egypt Kemetic teachers out there. You know, and I learned this from the big time Kemetic teachers.
Once again, because I'm speaking on an aspect of magic. Speaking things into existence, it'll be good to know the context of the word you're using to be more accurate on what
That's
you're
right.
trying to speak in.
That's right.
The physical.
That's right. I agree with that.
Right.
I agree.
All right.
And I guess an offshoot, a derivative of that, a copy of that original sometimes suffice too. That's why derivatives are created. That's why you got fake Jesus and fake Allahs, and you have all these different magical name gods. I call them magical formula gods. Jesus,
right.
Jehovah, Allah.
Because what you calling on might not.
Right, but it's still part of a formula that you're tapping into, that people tap into.
Right.
From their own intent, their own magical intent, their own creative utterance, because they the one calling the shit out. It ain't Jesus calling them. It ain't Allah around the corner. Oh, I hear Allah gotta go. Right?
Right.
Oh, Jehovah. I hear Jehovah. It ain't that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like me and you in the middle of conversation, you at the middle of conversation at work, and nigga, oh man, I gotta go. Jesus calling me. It ain't that. It's you calling that shit, is what I'm saying.
All right. But once if Jesus, but you saying, what I'm saying is you would have to know the origin of that name to see if you're using it in the right context, right?
If you've really been a student of life and you're really dedicated to understanding our reality, the stimulation, or whatever you call it, the virtual reality, the matrix, if you're really into understanding this, yes. Yes. Because that's the only way. That's why the so-called Gnostics, we still dealing with knowledge versus ignorance. This is talk for the masses. So people need to get familiar with the Gnostics and the Gnostics information out there, the Nag Hammadi library, you know, the different books that came from that collection of information. They teach from the Greek word gnosis, means to know, and they say that gnosis is the only way you could defeat this evil god Yadal and his archons, his evil archons. And you know what I find funny, bro? When you look into the Gnostic teachings, the archons are these authoritative forces who are like tyrant rulers over humanity.
Right.
Through cosmic elemental forces, right? They call them archons. They're like bad guys.
All right. And what's their position or their job?
Their job, like I said, they're the authorities. They're like the 12 astrological signs of each. You know, I guess and the planets even. But the archons are those who oversee the prison.
Oh, all right. Like the
so-called cosmic prison. Yeah, they're the so-called cosmic prison guards. The planets and all of them are different planetary cosmic prison stations, according to Gnostic teachers and stuff. And the only way you get out this stuff is to know.
No.
You don't get out this stuff being tough. You don't get out this stuff being cool. You don't get out this stuff being hip. Well, hip means to know, to get in the know. But you don't get out this stuff being no fucking killer. You don't get out this shit being no lover. You don't get out this shit being no billionaire. You don't get out this being the biggest baller. None of that shit don't get you out of here as we see how people die. The only way to get you out of here and clear this stuff is knowing. It's called gnosis. And that's why knowledge is important. You know, for any little dumbass nigga, bitch, anybody out here, any nationality, creed, color, black, white, Chinese, Peru, whatever, anybody out here who goes against learning and wanting to know the reality, according to these Gnostic stuff, and Bob Him and different people touched on it, basically they work for these fucking things. Are they the fools and food of these things?
And don't know it.
And don't know it. They work for these things. Are they the fools and food of these things? Mm-hmm. And the rest of us trying to get the fuck up out of this stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's why we doing Talk for the Masses. Just to talk, give a different understanding, give some new conversation to the Crescent City versus, you know, what we have. And like I said, balance is good. Because negativity is teaching about itself. Negativity, what people call, that's ignorant, man. That's ignorant. That's dumb shit. Well, dumb shit is informing people too, how we talked about last time. Dumb is teaching you about dumb. Mm-hmm. You want to learn about dumb? Dumb gonna teach you about dumb.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, check this out. Back to, we was talking about magic. Mm-hmm. And knowing the words that you use in context to get what you want. What about using sigils? You familiar with that?
Yes, of course.
If I don't use words and use sigils, because a picture is more detailed, more straight to the point. Mm-hmm. What you think?
Once again, it's called creative utterance. Even if you use a sigil for something, you still got to go into the mind. It all goes back to how our ancestors taught. That's why you can't get away from a Kemetic or Nile Valley African understanding of ancient or modern reality. Shit goes back to the mind. Even if you're looking at a sigil, you ain't using the words. You're looking at a sigil. Now you're focusing and concentrating on that sigil, and you're putting that image in your mental, your hypothalamus, pituitary, the whole workings of the mind, the brain, right? And now you're putting it in the abstract by taking it there and visualizing it. So it still starts in the mind, and then you eventually have to speak to something or someone or something about the sigil.
Word.
You still need the word. Even when you, after you concentrate on sigil for people into magic and voodoo and hoodoo stuff, even after you concentrate on your totem, your item, your thing of worship, whatever, when you finish,
you gotta speak like
you got to speak.
Gotcha. Right. So ain't no shortcut.
Can't get away from Hika, man. Our ancestors in the Nile Valley are the ultimate, man. So I'm saying, you know, part of, you know, because you're talking about witchcraft and logistic, witchcraft and magic and stuff and speaking.
But you gotta know that side so you could correlate, so you don't fall into that aspect. Just like Star Wars. They got the dark side and they got the light. You don't want to be Darth Vader. You want to be
you don't want to be a Jedi of the light. You don't want to be a Jedi, a Dej eye, how our ancient Kemetic, a Dej eye. You don't want, so, you know, but that's why we talking about with this Talk for the Masses, knowledge versus ignorance. You know what I mean?
Yin and yang.
I wouldn't call it necessarily yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's a false concept.
With the balance?
The balance is real, but the yin and yang, like they must be bad, they must be good.
To coexist.
That's bullshit, bro.
Right.
Nature is not that. Nature's not bad shit happening, then good shit happen. You know what I mean? Nature is consistent. Right?
Yeah, it depends on the aspect.
Okay, let me give you an example. Seasonal consistency of nature being consistent. When summer hit, it's summer. Mainly it's summer. Right? Clear skies, heat, bugs and shit flying, rivers and lakes flowing and streams in harmony, just in harmony. No yin and yang, nothing being destroyed, no fighting. I ain't talking about no animals and bears trying to eat. I'm talking about the higher part of nature and the lower part of nature, right? It's consistent. Ain't nothing being destroyed for something to exist. Ain't no mountain knocking down another mountain for another mountain to exist.
It's just doing its job. It's balance.
Yeah, ain't no river trying to knock off another river for this river to flow here.
Right.
On a consistent, you know.
Yeah,
So
ain't all that clashing like.
Nah, nature is not no yin and yang. I think that's a false teaching. That's
right.
Nah, the concept of good and bad that could relate to human and how humans are fucked up.
Right.
That's why I'm saying. So you want to deal with it from a human perspective? Well, yeah, that yin and yang shit may be real to humans, but to me, that in nature, the only thing that could come close to nature showing me a yin and yang is the sun coming, the sun going. The so-called darkness, so-called light. That's the only thing in nature that shows me a yin and yang.
Right, but that's a positive. I mean, they playing their role. They doing.
I'm just saying that's the only thing that shows me yin and yang.
All right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The movement of day and light, but nature shows me consistency. You see?
Mm-hmm. A balance.
A balance.
A coexistence.
A coexistence that's consistent.
Not a good or bad.
That's not a good or bad. It's not a yin or yang.
Right.
Not total opposites. Day and night is total opposite. Like in daytime, we have clear vision. I can see the pink, the green, the purple garden. At night, I wouldn't be able to see that.
Right.
That's yin and yang for me. Nature is, you know what I'm saying, whether it's day or night, them plants are there.
Right.
That's what I mean. Nature's consistent.
Yeah.
So for me, nature ain't no damn yin and yang.
Yeah.
That's why I say I don't subscribe to that.
Right.
You know, just an example. I could go into more. But, you know, there is, you know, if you want to go into all that esoteric and things and shit, talking all this old big shit, yeah, there is. In all them other areas, but not that area.
Right. That's a whole nother.
Yup. To me, somebody show me other. Show me the fucking plants getting off walking and going up the street and
beating up another plant.
yeah. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tease me about. See how the roots fighting under the roots here and the roots there. If these roots want to cut that, fuck all that. They ain't even real. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know. But this is Talk for the Masses. We about to get out of here. It's been a nice little quick hour. We were running with y'all. We're going to be back with more of this, you know what I'm saying? Just freestyling with y'all, running it. This is the Godhead, the original young elder, the solar sapien, the one and only Necha Israel, kicking it.
With the co-host JB, the ballroom philosopher.
And we out here, y'all. Catch up with y'all later. Hope y'all enjoy. And like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it if you want. And we be back at y'all. Whether you like it or not, we got Talk for the Masses, and this how we coming for that asses. You heard me? We out.
Word.